back to the Virtuosos. It's Damon here. UFC, just had a pay-per-view. I think one of the highest pay-per-views ever. And, I'm here to talk about Jon Jones and what he should do next. And basically the heavyweight division as a whole. So, first of all, I do want to say before we start, I appreciate all the love and support that you guys have given us. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So, Jon Jones just defeated 𝗵𝗡 𝗵𝗡𝗡 in the second round of his last fight. He looked good to be 37, looked more fluid. I think he looked more fluid in his second fight than his first fight against 𝙁𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙗. Obviously, the fight went on longer, but, just from a body standpoint, a movement standpoint, definitely looked better. I think when he first moved up to heavyweight, he was just trying to bulk up and, he put on too much muscle, which I kind of think that attribute to how he got hurt. But, looks better now. Moving still like a light heavyweight. Still has, the elite ground game. Still the Jon Jones that we know. Obviously, as he get older, looks older, isn't as quick or isn't as strong as he was when he was in his prime. But, we've had so much of his prime taken away from him. So maybe, that time off, he rebuilt his body. So what does Jon Jones do next? Here's my opinion on it. He has 𝙗𝙗𝙗 𝗏𝗏. That is the number one contender. 𝙗𝙗𝙗 𝗏𝗏 is fighting for the belt next no matter what. You have Alex Pereira. That is the light heavyweight champion. He's on an insane run right now. This is who Jon Jones wants to fight. He wants to fight Alex Pereira. 𝙗𝙗𝙗 𝗏𝗏, he thinks is a risk, which I agree with, is a risk. But I'll just break it down in my opinion, because I am a Jon Jones fan. But the only reason you were a champion at the age of 21, Jon Jones, is because Shogun chose to fight you. So the fact that you're not giving 𝙗𝙗𝙗 𝗏𝗏 a title shot, and when the roles was reversed, you got the title shot, a little hypocritical out of you. But obviously you see how that ended up with Shogun, so I understand why you don't want the same fate for you. But 𝙗𝙗𝙗 𝗏𝗏 is more accomplished right now than you were at 21, and you're saying he doesn't deserve a title shot. A little crazy to me, but with all that being said, we seen how that turned out for Shogun. We see how that turned out for the entire light heavyweight division. We see how that turned out for you. So Jon Jones has came out and said multiple times that he wants a insane payday to fight 𝙗𝙗𝙗 𝗏𝗏. In my opinion, I do think this fight ends up happening. I think Dana White has came out and said that he's not gonna book the Jon Jones and Alex Pereira fight unless he beats 𝙗𝙗𝙗 𝗏𝗏. I think 𝙗𝙗𝙗 𝗏𝗏 is the rightful number one contender. I think that it would be unfair to him to not get this title shot next. If Jon Jones was to vacate the belt, I do not think he would fight anymore. I think it'll just be done. I think Jon Jones will keep on to the heavyweight title. I think Jon Jones does have an ego, whether he wants to admit it or not. I think he does have an ego, and that ego will not allow him to just let people say that he's ducking an opponent. The only problem is that opponent does not have film that he can study. I think Jon Jones has one of the best fight IQs ever. He doesn't have any film to study because 𝙗𝙗𝙗 𝗏𝗏 just goes through people in the first round. So that would probably be the only struggle for Jon Jones, I think. If I had to pick between what was the harder fight between Alex Pereira and 𝙗𝙗𝙗 𝗏𝗏, I think Alex Pereira will be a tougher fight. I think Alex Pereira is stronger. No, I'm not going to say that. I think Alex Pereira has obviously higher puncher power, more accuracy. I don't think Jon Jones will ever win against a striker of Alex Pereira's skill set. So, 𝙗𝙗𝙗 𝗏𝗏 is quick to be a light heavyweight. To be a heavyweight. Jon Jones is quicker than most heavyweights. 𝙗𝙗𝙗 𝗏𝗏 doesn't have much film on him. We don't know 𝙗𝙗𝙗 𝗏𝗏 weaknesses. You could say we know Pereira's weaknesses. I guess you could say we know Jon Jones' weaknesses. Obviously, everybody is going to say that Jon Jones is going to wrestle Alex Pereira. You have to get him on the floor first. You have to get close to him in order to wrestle him. Do Jon Jones take that risk early on in the fight? Can he withstand, Pereira leg kicks? It took a lot for 𝗔𝗐 to beat him. And obviously, 𝗔𝗐 and Jon Jones fight different. But 𝗔𝗐 is a world-class striker. He did wrestle him a little bit. Cool. Maybe Pereira wasn't, prepared for that. But Jon Jones is going to come out with there and try to wrestle him. Pereira can work on his defense. Obviously, Jon Jones is still an elite world-class wrestler, but Pereira can work on his wrestling. He really can work on his wrestling defense and make it tough for Jon Jones to get close to him. And if Jon Jones can't wrestle him, there's no way he beats Pereira in 5 rounds of striking. Jon Jones is a good striker, but he's not Pereira level. Can he withstand the leg kicks? Can he take the left hook, the uppercuts, the flying knees, the kicks to the body? Pereira has an insane plethora of moves. I think that fight is tougher than the 𝗚𝙗𝙗 fight. But the 𝗚𝗚𝙗𝙗 fight is a bigger risk because you don't have film on him. He's very fast. I think he's more well-rounded than Pereira. But I do think the Pereira fight brings a little bit more challenges. The reason why I say that also is because people are going to say Jon Jones is going to just ragdoll Alex Pereira. I think he ragdolls both. I'm going to be honest. Jon Jones is that good of a wrestler. I think he brings... If he fights 𝗚𝙗𝙗, I think he... Not ragdoll. I do think he out-wrestles him. He outclasses him on the ground. So when you bringing up wrestling, Jon Jones is going to win that no matter what. So it really comes down to, can you hit Jon Jones and can you keep him at bay? I think Pereira does that better than 𝗚𝙗𝙗, but again, we'll see. So again, in my opinion, I think the Pereira fight is harder, but I do think that Jon Jones will fight 𝗚𝙗𝙗 by probably next year, next summer. But that's a long way for Aspinall, but I think it'll be worth it. I think it'll be one of the biggest fights ever. And if Jon Jones wins, he gets his Pereira fight and retire. If he vacates the belt, though, I really do think Jon Jones is done. But Jon Jones has all the leverage here. So it's really up to him what he wants to do. And I guess we'll see. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.